if we
Well,
can
I
have.
mean, literally, I mean, the tech was what was between me and literally $10,000 in a week. I mean, I mean, I have all those people. This is not even getting all the great stuff that this will do, building my list, building I mean, I haven't even really got my program off and running. I'm just nurturing people I already had and picking up money that was just sitting there that I wasn't doing without the tech.
Right. Right. So $10,000 in 1 week, yeah.
I
From
paid
one
for a year.
campaign, from only
I paid for the whole year of coaching in one funnel.
yeah.
So
Amazing.
everything else is gravy for the rest of the year.
Everything else will be crazy because we've only sent this campaign to what, 100 people?
Only to 100 people. We're about actually my team yesterday. I was out of the office yesterday. They actually went through and are following up, completing all the ones that were there, getting answers. Hey, are you going to do it or whatever? So we've pretty much tied a bow on that 100. Now we're going to send out more, and with that, with the form that we're putting in, it's going to speed things along so fast.
Nice to collect the data. Yes. Awesome.
Exactly, because that was kind of slowing us down a little bit to go get the data that we needed for it. Your program for me checks off both boxes. One, the tech was holding me back, and I have so many competing, priorities that, somebody's got to have the accountability probably is worth more than even the tech. For me, I mean, and for a lot of busy entrepreneurs.
Yeah. Tell me more about that. Why is that so important to you?
Well, because the thing is, things that I have so many things that are 95% done. And, guess what? The money doesn't go in your account until they're 100% done. And the missing part for me has been focus, accountability. Somebody saying, you said you were going to do it this week instead of me just telling myself I was going to do it this week, and having the automation, because I've been doing stuff for 30 years, successfully, but very, very manually. And I mean, when you're making $250 from from almost 100 people from one email each, that would have taken what I would have done in the past. I would have sent individual emails like, hey, Sally, do you want to get this? Hey, Joe, do you want to get this? I mean, even if we got all of them to sign up, it would have taken us a month. And I mean, 10,000 in a week is way better than 10,000 in a month.
Right. And going. So it's not finished even yet. How many people did we sign so far?
In total, well, I know we've completed about 60 of them. So we're still chasing down a few because the original campaign didn't have the link for them to send us the information. So we're kind of going a little slower on getting. So I think the second round is going to be even faster. So we've actually paid, completed, fulfilled about 60 of them already.
60,
Out of
that's
100.
out of
Out of
100,
100.
that's 60% conversion. Oh God. I'm just calculating this at what, 299 was the product?
We did it. We offered them an early bird $50 off. So most paid 250, 249, and then a couple of entities. So let them do 199 for the second one. So a few had two or three. I'd have to look, but it's well over $10,000 that we've
Yeah.
collected so far. Because a few were almost 1,000 because they had several entities.
Ah, nice. So if we take the 60 times, what did I do? There's
250
15
even. I
grand.
mean, what would that be? I don't know.
Yeah. If we take 250 times 60, that's $15,000.
Right, exactly.
And how many emails did we send? Five, six?
Yeah, we did a campaign that was, I mean, really content was probably five, and then we did it's ending tomorrow, 4 hours. It was probably seven or eight altogether, just to get those last little stragglers. The little straggler emails actually got a couple more sales. I mean, we weren't giving any content. We were basically like, hey, you've only got one more day for the early bird. Hey, it ends in 4 hours. Hey, you've got an hour. And we actually got a couple. I mean, I don't think it was more than five or six, but that's, 5 or 6 times 250. That's over $1,000.
Nice. And the WhatsApp messages and the SMS has a little nudge on the side.
Exactly. Especially if you're going to do a colder campaign, that will definitely affect the conversion for sure, from what I
Yeah.
saw.
Nice. Awesome. So when we first started working together, what made you go, okay, I need this? What made you pick my program, my product over all the other ones out there?
Well, because the thing is, I mean, coaching, I mean, I know all this stuff. I've been in business for 30 years. I don't, I need done with me, done for me, something where there's actually some are you going to do it? I mean, I have the smartest computer in the world. I've bought every program that there is, but if you don't ever even look at the content, I mean, even a lot of the content in your course, I haven't looked at 100%, but when I'm working with you, you're like, oh, you don't need all that. Go to this module. Hey, I'm trying to get my team to start doing this part. Go to this module. I mean, that's what I need. Not like, okay, there's 14 modules. What do I look at? I'm never going to sit through a 14 module, anything.
Yeah, agreed. What did you like the most about this program so far?
Well, so far it's actually showing results. I mean, I'm a money person. I live and die by ROI. I mean, what is the return on investment? And I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. Forget that I've gotten systems set up that I'm literally going to be able to throw another funnel, throw another funnel, throw another funnel, throw another funnel. And this is going to be I mean, I get so happy when I get an email that says you've got to purchase. I mean, it literally makes me very happy. Like the old movie, You've Got Mail. Mine says, you've got to purchase. I'm like,
Yes.
yes.
Cha-ching, cha-ching. Awesome.
Exactly.
What three more benefits did you get from entering the program or implementing the tech stuff?
Well, one, it's gonna just help with I mean, there's a lot of ways to make money. You can sell more to people, go find more people. Uh, the thing is, when you have, especially if you have any kind of a list. I mean, my super hot list of people that I do is like 1,200 people. Imagine all the stuff I could be selling to those folks that I'm not selling to them because I literally didn't have a way to communicate with them. I wasn't even sending them emails. It literally turns your business into a cash machine. I mean, that's what I mean. And I've tried everything. I've done Keep. I've done, all the little MailChimps and, the little easy ones. I've done, I mean, everything. Active Campaign. I never could get any of them to do. I mean, I can't even tell you how much money I've spent on tech that hasn't been used or worked right.
So,
But it could also be that I didn't have anybody really helping me curate it. I mean, that's really the benefit of, I mean, I'm sure all the CRMs do it. If you have somebody kind of holding your hand or pointing you in the right direction, I think that's the real juice in this is kind of curating the information because there's a lot of information there and not all of it's applicable to me, and that's probably the real cherry on top.
yeah. Would you recommend this program to anyone? If so, why?
Oh, and I mean, anybody, for sure, anybody. But if you have a list already that you could literally turn on the cash generating machine, go. If you have content that you just need to get out there to people, go. I mean, if you want to build a list, I think this will be a lot easier than the way I've built my list in the past.
Mm-hmm. So, what did you like the most about the coaching?
Honestly, you're kind of hold my feet to the fire I mean, I say I don't like it, but honestly, when you've been in business for 30 years, you don't have anybody telling you what to do or saying you said you were going to, I mean, I don't have anybody that holds me accountable. This is like the only thing I'm accountable on right now. And I love that.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that actually. Yeah. So,
So you
Deborah,
won't go soft on me anymore?
no, you know me. Like I tell how it is when it needs to be said. But you've been doing amazing, so nothing to complain about at the moment. If you were jump into a time machine, okay, and you can travel back and talk to your past self before joining my program, what would you tell yourself?
Oh, I mean, and a dollar today is great, but a dollar, 3 years ago when I probably first saw some of your content would have been way better. I mean, just think of, I mean, I just want to cry when I think about the money that I haven't made over the past couple of years because I just wasn't wasn't doing the right thing, wasn't listening to the right people, buying the wrong programs that were sitting on my computer not getting used.
Yep. Better late than never, though, hey?
Exactly, exactly. If not today, if not before, now's best.
Right. What would you say to someone who's still sitting on the fence and not sure if he or she should join the program, should join the tech, should have a look at our software and our coaching?
Oh, minimum, I think the tech, because it really does automate everything. I mean, it's 2024, almost 2025. I mean, if you don't have the automation, you're going to fall behind just in staying even. But if you really want to make some strides, I mean, I'm a big person, write a check for speed. I mean, you could bumble around and do the software by yourself, like I've tried to do on many other things before. But when I say write a check for speed, that's what I did when I worked with you. I mean, I could still be trying to get that email out. Seriously. if I didn't have you helping me do it. I mean, it even still took longer than it should have because of me, not me. I mean, but if you have content, if you have something ready to sell, for sure, this is going to accelerate that selling. If you have the content and you're not selling it, why? Is it because people aren't hearing about it? I mean, if that's the case, you've got to have something that's going to do that for you. I mean, because I can't call all 5,000 people on my list. Hey, do you want this? Hey, do you want this? Hey, do you want this? I mean, and even if I did, I'd be so exhausted, I wouldn't want to sell it to them.
Right. And then you have to think about fulfillment and.
Exactly.
And the
Exactly.
fulfillment can also be
And the
automated.
software can actually help with the fulfillment. But I mean, I'm seeing that now on our second campaign, we've actually created a form where they can fill out the information that we need, upload the information that we need, and we're not having to follow up with them after. I was having my team follow up. Hey, we need this, we need this. So I'm really excited to start that campaign in a couple of days.
So if somebody is sitting there on the fence and not sure if he or she should join, what would you say to that person?
I mean, if not now, when? I mean, why not? I mean, how much longer are you going to have revenue goals that you're not meeting? I mean, I mean, every day we don't sell something, that's a day we can't go back and sell it again. I mean, it's not like, oh, great, we're doing it now. I'm going to go back to the other 3 years that I could have been doing this. It's not even, I mean, you have to look at what your product is, but I mean, look, I did a $249 product. That's super cheap. I mean, I've got bigger products. I can't wait to start sending those. But I mean, literally in one campaign, it's covered. And then everything else you do is just more profit to your bottom line. And this kind of profit, because it's mostly digital products, it's not like me having to, sit and consult with people an hour at a time, is literally high profit, revenue. I mean, I'm kind of a bad example and it's taking forever to make a decision, but I have a lot of decision fatigue. So don't let yourself be in decision fatigue. Just decide.
While we're here, can you remember back then, why were you hesitating? Was it time? Was it money? What was the issue?
Well, it's time. I mean, it's always kind of I'm an RI. Like, I didn't realize how quickly I could recoup the investment. I mean, because honestly, you think about tech, sometimes coaching, it just feels like a expense item. But if you can, I mean, if you could spend $1 and make $10, why wouldn't you do that? I mean, and I could see how let's reconnect in a year and calculate. I'm going to predict that I will 10x my investment with you at a minimum.
Okay.
At a minimum.
Awesome. Let's reconnect next year. Let's look at the numbers. Let's track everything to the point. And let's see what happens. I think, though, with your products, of your audience, we can even make more than that.
Oh yeah, I didn't want to be too. I mean, literally, I've kind of run some numbers. I think it could be $200,000 or $300,000 easily.
Yeah,
easily.
We have already reached 10% with just one campaign of that goal. Awesome. Would you like to add anything else?
No, I mean, the thing is, if you're thinking about, jumping into the digital world, I mean, I'm like not a typical digital creator, right? I mean, I have a brick and mortar business. I've been doing this for 30 years. But the reality is, since the pandemic, especially, so many people are consuming knowledge-based products. So almost everyone, no matter what you're doing, could use this to add a passive revenue stream to whatever they're doing. And again, high profitable stuff. There's usually these kind of things. We create a program. And especially your program. How to make the how to actually get the course out there and recoup. There's just no reason not to do it. I mean, I just think unless you don't have any content and you don't know anybody, I mean, there's no reason not to do this, right? Look what
but even then, even then, remember when you joined 5-Figure Course Launch? That's what we did in the first 6 weeks, like to build your audience and to create an MVP, minimum viable program, then sell the program before they create it. And once they sell it, they create it then. Like that's also.
Oh, exactly. Exactly. People could certainly do it from nothing. But if you have any kind of content already, this is insane not to do. If you have, I literally could probably go in and scrape through my, speaking recordings of speakings and stuff like that. And I could create something just from that today, another new product. I mean, and then you've got the place and then it's just a delivery system. This is your distribution center to get all of your information out there. Does that make sense?
Totally. To me, it does. I hope it does make sense to you guys out there. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming, Deborah. I appreciate you.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks for your help.
Thank you.